everyone, welcome. My name is Hannah and this is my channel about cross stitch. So I have a fair bit to talk about today. Hopefully my lighting is halfway decent-ish. Guess we'll see. So yeah, anyways, this month I went to Needle Bling Designs. They had a retreat, the 24th of April. Sorry, it was last month because it's the 4th? So the 4th of May today? So anyways, so I went to retreat. I got a lot of goodies. So I will show you those later. I got a lot of stitching done. I had a couple of starts and a finish, so yay. I believe I said my name is Hannah. Yeah, so let's get started. Just so that this doesn't take all day, and hopefully I can get to stitching after I'm done. So we'll start with my small finish. So I did this cute little whale. I do not know what this fabric is, but it is very pretty. So at the retreat, I sat with my friend Spencer, her mom, and then her friend Kitty. And for like little table gifts, Spencer gave us these. She went and she picked out like different cuts of fabric, did them to size, and then she gave some fancy floss and found these cute little free patterns. So this one's from the Tiny Modernist. I don't remember where you can find it, but I'm pretty sure if you just put in like Tiny Modernist free patterns. It's not on her website though. It was in collaboration with a different site. So yeah, I stitched this up. I believe I stitched this up like that Friday, and it took me, I think it took me up, I finished it a little bit before dinner. So I was able to get quite a bit done on that, and quite quickly, because that was without getting up and wandering around and, you know, all that good stuff that you do at the retreats. And the floss I got was Auntie D from Classic Colorworks. It's a little bit of a mess right now, so. But it's a really pretty like purple and blue variegated. So really love that. And I didn't realize, but this might be the same fabric. So while I have this out, I'll just show you this. So one of the other things that I believe Spencer made these, was little needle books with Aida cloth on the front. So then you can stitch whatever you want on the front. And then you got your little needle books bit inside. So super cute. And I think that's the same fabric. Was really drawn to one specific thing, I guess. So that was my little finish, and I believe that was finish 8 for the year. So yay! I'm not used to my camera being up quite so high, but that's okay. Just set this over here. All right, so we're gonna start with my Milestone Manor. I believe I didn't do as many rounds as I had hoped, partly because I did have a lot of like bigger stitch numbers this time around. And also so like the first round I was able to actually complete like one of like their goals, which is like, I think I had to get 7 different milestones on projects in like one round, and I could unlock, one second here, I think this is, I keep like bumping it. Okay, hopefully that's better. So then I could unlock more rooms. So I was able to actually unlock 2 more rooms. But with that, I worked on my stocking 2 times. Which is over here. I figure out where I'm putting stuff. So I am doing a stocking for my son. And it is a Heaven and Earth pattern. And the artist is, you'd think I'd remember this by now, Jody Bergsma. And it is Walking as One. So that's the one what I'm doing. And so this one got around, this one got a little over 2,000 stitches this go around between the 2 times. And I had thought about bringing it to the retreat, but I had brought another piece and decided that stitching my full coverages while there probably wasn't the greatest idea. So this is where I'm at. So I'm super excited because the first row of pages is officially complete, which is awesome. This is on 28 count 2/1 tent. And then let's see here. So over here, this is really exciting. This is the top of Santa's head. So we're actually like getting down in there. I believe this is like part of his bag. His like staff thing is looking so good. So I am currently at 22.6%. And I've done 23,589 stitches. So yeah, super, super happy with my progress on this so far. So I'm excited to get back to that. I don't know how much full coverage stitching I'm going to be doing this month, which I will talk about a little bit later when I get to like plans and stuff. So then after I did that, then I went on to one of the projects that is new to my Milestone Manor, and that is my Blu-ray. Artwork is by Leah Roche. And it is Blu-ray, it is the mini version. And this one got 900 stitches. And hopefully I should have my before and after pictures up in there. So this is where I'm at. You can't really see that much. Let me move this in closer here. A lot of what I did was just starting to fill in here, and then I would just carry my threads on down. So. And with this one, oops, I am currently, where'd it go? At 5.14%, and I've done 4,241 stitches out of 82,550. So, happy with that. This one might go away for just a minute. It's probably not going to make it into the next round. Whoa! Well, I forgot to grab these two. I don't want them to get mixed in with my other projects. All right, then after that, I worked on Harmony. So this is Freebie Harmony. Unfortunately, Harmony did not get a ton of stitches, but that's okay. I do believe I worked on it 2 times though. Oh no, my pattern keeper froze. Once for Milestone and once just because I haven't worked on it yet this year. The artist is Xing Xiao Kuik? I always feel like I'm probably saying that wrong, but is this one here. So this was a freebie on the Heaven and Earth site a couple years ago. And this is actually the first full coverage that I started. So I am currently at 6.45%. And this one I am doing on 14 counts because I'm insane. Actually, I was just really desperate to start this. So I went to Joann's. I bought the biggest cut of Ada they had because I was too scared to do 28 count at that time. And yeah. So this is where I'm at. So I think I did around 200 stitches total. So I worked up in here a bit, and then I came back in the second time and just started filling in like in here. So one thing I did find that I'm not sure what happened is, so this page actually comes down all the way to here. I'm not really sure what happened. I'm not sure if it was because I may have started this. I probably started this on paper. And so maybe the paper is smaller pages. I'm not totally sure. Because like I've been sitting here saying this is a full page when it really goes down here. So yeah. So for this, I might just kind of continue following this line and just saying that that's my page and then just add this onto the next. I'm not sure. So yeah. It's really big, but it is so pretty. And I do love that whenever this gets done, it is going to be like a big tapestry, and I want to hang it in my hallway. And like my entry hall thingy. I've got a big wall that will be perfect for it. So that one I have 10,064 stitches in so far. All right, and then I worked on T-Rex, my mini T-Rex attack, and I worked on that 2 times for around 900-ish stitches. But that was enough for my page finish. All right, so this is Mini T-Rex Attack by David Penfound. And this is the max color version. And after I finish my round of stitches on one of the projects I'm currently doing, I will be going back to that, and let me tell you, I'm not excited. I absolutely love and adore this project, but I'll explain in a moment. So here it is. I have officially finished this page. I also officially finished this page. I had a bunch of like just random stitches in here. I came in, I finished that. So both these pages are officially done. Oh my God, it is looking so good. But down here is confetti hell. And I am not joking. I swear some of these pages, it's like maybe 1-2 stitches are the same, maybe. And then it's all the way over here is like 1 stitch. So it is not pleasant. This is 28 count, and I'm also doing this 2/110. It is looking so good. So good. But this bottom portion page is not going to be fun. So I'm kind of debating how I want to do this. Up here is going to be fairly, like, it's still a lot of confetti and like the T-Rex, but the sky isn't as bad. So I'm thinking like I might do 1 stitchy session down here and then maybe do one up here just to break it up so I don't get totally discouraged, because like that's going to be, you know, all the way across. But anyways, I am currently at 27.74%. I've done 17,338 stitches out of 62,500. And this is one my son actually really wants me to finish. So I don't know. I don't know if I can do it this year with the confetti, but I might give it my effort, some good effort, because I know he would love to see this hanging up. Dinosaurs are an obsession for him. And so I've just kind of embraced that and kind of added it to my personality somewhat. I don't know. I think as a parent, it's more, I've always liked dinosaurs. So like, I grew up watching Jurassic Park, like loved that. I do have like 2 little mini dinosaurs tattooed on my ribs. So like, you know, it was kind of easy to embrace that obsession and roll with it. You know, we read a lot of dinosaur books, including dinosaur encyclopedias. And so it's fun. And it's something that I've kind of embraced with him, which I think he really loves. All right. Then I worked on my Quick Stitch, the Quick Stitch Museum bookshelf. I also got around to making some new bags. Dinosaur themed, of course. Which, you know, makes sense for this project. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong project. I need to switch these projects, is what I need to do. Because this one needs to go in that bag. Anyways, I made really good progress on this. I am super stoked. I did, how many stitches? I have done around a little over 1,300 stitches on this one. This is the one I need to finish stitches on for my milestone. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. Quick Stitch Museum Bookshelf by Amy Stewart. So this is just a section of the museum bookshelf. I really enjoy the entire shelf. I just didn't want to stitch the entire shelf. All right, so this is where I got to. This is the bottom of the page. And it's kind of hard to see. But this is the start of a book. So yeah, very pleased with how much I got done. I am currently at 3,459 stitches out of 114,300 stitches. And it's at 3.3%. Or 3.03%. So yeah. This is also a 28 count easy guide. I think it's Lagana 2/110. Except for a very select few full coverages. Most of them are on 28 count 2/1. Alright, so then I had a new start. And then I did end up adding it to my milestone banner. I took out my books are magic project and put this in. And sadly it only got 200 stitches from that. But in total for a new start, I'm pretty pleased because it got quite a bit for a new start. So this is the Library of Cats by Amy Stewart. This is just the regular size, regular colors, all that good stuff, because I don't want a huge ass project. Well, huge-er project. If you know anything about Amy Stewart's projects in particular, they are quite giant. So this one has 547,750 stitches. And I did 863 stitches, bringing it to 0.16%. For a new start for me, 863 stitches is great. So that's what I got so far. I believe this is the start of the first cat, so very exciting. All right. So So then for a project that is not on my milestone, but I worked on anyway, is my mermaid's treasure. And I am so excited. I made it to the bottom. I don't know how many stitches I did. I want to say around 2,000 this month. So this is my Amy Stewart, a Mermaid's Treasure, Max Color. So that's what it's gonna look like. And I started over here, but I made it to the bottom. So I am very excited about that. I forgot to take this out of the Q-snap first because there we go. So to start, I did some fill-in up here. And then I just worked my way down to here. So yeah, super excited to have reached the bottom. On down here, you can see there is a treasure chest. It takes up at least 1 page. So my current goal now is I'm going to be just filling in this page here, which is just a partial page, and then doing the page with the treasure chest on it. And then after that, I don't know, maybe I'll make my way over, or I might also just work my way back up and do some of that slightly more, I don't know, can you call it boring? There are so many like hidden treasures in there that I don't know if you can call this project, many parts of this project, boring. There's like 2 pages that I'm like, maybe not as fun. So for that one, I hit 7%. Yay. You have no idea how long it took to get to 7%, because I have done 32,177 stitches total. So for that many stitches to hit 7% hurts just a little bit, but also it's really exciting because 7%. There is 457,600 stitches. Sorry. Oops, I need to. Okay. Making sure my needle is still in here. Put this back. Okay. So very exciting with that. All right, now onto my non-full coverages. So I stitched on my full coverages only up until the retreat, which is when I switched over to non-full coverages and, starts. So one of the projects I pulled out was my Andarna. This was by Winkin' Blinkin' Odd on Etsy, but she is no longer on Etsy. She no longer does patterns. So it is this one here. It's my adorable little gold dragon. Oh. And this is where I'm at. I just started with like stitches over here and then like went and worked my way down. And I'm doing this on, I think it's a 14 count, like it's either 14 or 16 count blue Ada I dyed myself. And yeah, she's got kind of a big wrinkle down her center, so sorry. So that's where she's at. She's really cute. I don't know what it is about this fabric, but like, I find when I have really like, I don't want to say like loose fabric, but it's very soft fabric. My stitches just don't look as nice. And I definitely kind of have that issue with this project. So, I don't know. There's a few, I don't know, because she's actually a contender for part of my plans, which I will discuss again in a little bit. Alrighty. Oh, for Andarna, I am at 45.12%. She's got 9,059 stitches, and I've done 4,087. Alrighty, next I brought my animal house. I don't know how many stitches I put on, or put in. And I did end up finally printing out. I was just using my tablet, but this doesn't go to like Pattern Keeper. So this is a terrible picture because I think I'm running out of color or toner or something. My printer, but this is what's gonna look like minus the, you know, blah colors, because the colors are so much better. This is by Satsuma Street, and this was a stitch along once upon a time. I'm doing it on Black Ada. My goal for this year is to just do like finish this section and like do one more section. So I've just been working in the peacock, which is in the doorway. Like I said, I didn't put a ton in, but you know, we're getting there. And 14 count Black Ada. This is what it looks like I'm doing this on. And then we have, let's see, she's still here, yes. Then we have my Moana, which I actually was working on today, so she's just been sitting in here. I will try and put a picture up here because I do not have one. This is Moana. It is by Abby Sue Designs. And it's on a light blue Ada that I believe I dyed myself. And yeah, I'm very happy. I have finally finished all her hair, and I'm almost done with her arms. I don't know if I'm going to work on her more today or not. I have a few other things I'd like to pull out, so sorry, I had some like hair or something in my mouth. So yeah, she's pretty small, so I'm hoping for a finish on her this month. She does have some back stitching, so we'll get there. She's pretty easy though. This is, I think the page like finishes around here. So I am on to like the second page, like where it comes to her arms. Obviously on the first page I've still got to do her shirt, her necklace, and then like she's got a little bit of midriff showing, so we'll get there. I'm very much enjoying her though. Alright. And Selkie! So if you've been watching this year, you will know that my plans continue to change with my Selkie. So this is by Primitive Hair. And there's that. So I keep saying, oh, I'm gonna finish her, you know, this month, whatever. And you know, I never do. Well, we did sign my son up for swim lessons. And this is currently one of the few, I was just looking at my cross stitch bin here. I think I only have one or two other projects that are like fully kitted with floss. For most of my projects, I pull from like my main like DMC stash. This one, because it has fancy flosses, I don't. So this like has all its own stuff. So this is gonna be the project I use for swim lessons, because swim lessons are about 45-ish minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do with this for now. I do still need to frog this up here, so we're just gonna ignore that. And this is on just like a natural Ada of some kind. I have mostly been working in the tail just because the fill-in for that is pretty easy. So I've been working on the tail, and then I've also come up and done a few of started on some of the rocks right over here. So yeah, that's where she's at. And I think that for now, that is what I'm gonna do, is just save this for swim lessons. Because once he finishes like this round, we're most likely going to sign him up for another round. And it's nice just to have a relatively simple-ish project to work on. So for now, that is what I'm doing with this one. That way it's still getting worked on, but it just might not be finished as soon as I had, originally hoped. But that's okay. All right. New starts, because I was totally supposed to have those. I am currently 2 projects over my 26 project limit. So if you've been following me at all, at the beginning of the year, I chose 26 projects plus my yearly bookshelf, which I also haven't worked on yet. This 2 months now. Oops. Anyways. I picked 26 projects, and my goal was to just try and work through my whips. So if I finished a whip, I would replace it with another whip from my stuff. But thanks to the Library of Cats coming out and the retreat, I kind of blew that. So I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do for like the Library of Cats, because I'm not sure. Either when I finish something, I'm not going to replace it, and then it's just gonna, Library of Cats will like stay in. If I finish a page on something, then maybe, I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do. But most likely it's just gonna be as I finish stuff, instead of replacing it, it's just gonna, we'll have these projects. So my other 2 starts were the Museum After Midnight by Lola Crow, which is her new stitch along. That one was planned. I had to finish a stitch along in order to start this one, and I did finish a previous stitch along to start this. So this is what we have so far, and I'm so jealous. I've already seen people who have finished the frame. The frame is like 6,307 stitches. So, she's kind of big. I have done 1,272 stitches. And this is where I'm at. So currently my goal is just to try and get to each like little section here. So that way, if I don't get all, of this done, I'll at least have, in theory, be able to, still start on the next thing, and then I can just kind of work on the border or the frame as we go. So, yeah, we got the most work done on this middle section. And I'm working on the whale skeleton up here. This fabric is a fabric that I dyed myself, and I absolutely love this. It is, I don't think, let's see. It's not really doing, well, maybe a little bit there. Like, it turned out so good. Not quite what I had envisioned, but I absolutely love it. And then my naughty start was from Needle Lot Designs. I got this when it was on her Ko-Fi for like her members, because I saw this and I had to have it. And it is her snow leopard. I absolutely adore this project. It's probably gonna actually look better here. If it loads. Yeah. I absolutely adore this. I love leopards and snow leopards. They're so pretty. And the fact that she did this in like purples is just, it's everything. So this is on just a random blue 14 count Aida that I dyed at one point. And so yeah, it's quite big, but oh my god, it is looking so good. I absolutely love this. So this is, let's see, at 7.41%, and I have done 561 stitches. So not a bad start. All right, that is all my whips. So now I'm going to talk plans, and then I'm going to do my haul. Plans. Like I said, I don't plan on doing a ton of full coverage stitching. I am hoping to do some, but I have StitchCon in June. And I would really like to have a couple of projects to finish at StitchCon, because it's kind of fun to go up and ring the bell and all that good stuff. So I have been sitting here racking my brain, trying to figure out what I could possibly like reasonably finish, or, you know, have. I think if I leave around 200 to 300 stitches on the projects, that should be just fine. When I compare, like, when I think about my stitching time in previous years, and then just to like what I did at this retreat in April, I did, let's see, I think on Saturday I did around 1,200-ish stitches between my projects. So I think, you know, I could reasonably do, you know, leave like 400 to 500 stitches and still be able to finish a project in a day. So I've been just trying to decide what I could probably reasonably finish. Moana is a thought, because I'm so close. I just don't know if I really want to just wait to finish her, because it would be nice to also just have a finish this month. So we'll see. The other ones I'm thinking about are the snow leopard I just showed you. The possibly Andarna, because I only have a couple thousand. I think I have like 3,000 stitches left on her. So she would be not quick, but fairly easy. My astronaut and T-Rex, and maybe my books are magic are kind of my like top contenders at the moment. I have also considered going through my like whips that are in my stash that I haven't pulled out, to see if there's any that I think I would maybe want to kind of temporarily pull out to finish. So we'll see. We will find out at the end of the month, I guess, kind of what I chose, because I am hoping for at least 2 to bring really close to a finish to bring. So we'll see. So those are, you know, my kind of loose-ish plans for the month, just because I don't really know what I want to do just yet for that. All I know is it's probably not going to be a ton of full coverages, just because I want to focus on getting stuff closer to a finish, and the things that I have, like, in my head are still at least 3,000 to 6,000 stitches away. I have found that I can reasonably do around a 6,000 stitch project and finish it in a month. If I can do 2 though, I don't know. Granted, that is working with my like milestone manners and stuff, so maybe. All right, haul. I have some digital haul and I have some paper haul, so I'll just show you. I'm gonna start with digital. And these are over the course of a couple of months, and I'm actually pretty sure I forgot one thing. But I'm just gonna leave that. Maybe I'll take a picture to show you. Digital is a couple of months worth. Like I said, I am in the Needle Lot Designs Ko-Fi Pattern of the Month Club thingy. I do believe like all of these, like, she releases pretty quickly onto her like Etsy or her normal shop. So I think a lot of these you can get already. So this is one of them. It is so cute. I am honestly struggling to not start a bunch of things because I really want to. I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to stick to my rules. I think I'm going to try, and then in June I might just say all bets are off and go crazy for a month and then re-rein myself back in. So then she released that. I think this was April's. Super pretty. And then, oops, this month's is super cute, and I don't like frogs. Okay, they gross me out. As a kid, I used to love and go and catch them. As a teenager, my cat brought them into my bed. My sister would sneak out at night and the frogs would come in through her window, and my cat would catch them and she would play with them in my bed. And so I'm not a big fan of them anymore. But this is so adorable. Like, it is so cute. So I really want to stitch that. And then one of my table mates, Kitty, she showed me a new designer. It's Feline and Floss. And I absolutely love the patterns so much. You can find them on Instagram and on Etsy. And so I ended up buying 3 of them. I choose Violence. Full of whimsy and political rage. I really want to start this one. Because it's so cute. And there's this one, which is, if you go to her Ko-Fi, this is a freebie on there. And it's actually like super small. I believe it was under 3,000 stitches. And so I really want to start this one. And yeah, really want to start that one. Oh, and then I had one more. Although I don't know, I think I have it on here. So unfortunately this other one I got will not go on my pattern keeper. So I did have to get something else for this. If I can find it here. Thought I put it on my tablet. Yeah, okay. So I did have to get the other one that's not Pattern Keeper. That's on my phone. This is from Sol Cross Stitch, S-O-L Cross Stitch. I will be honest, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out, but it is the Jurassic Park poster. So I'm very excited to try this. We will see. It is $2.95 by $4.40. I do have fabric for it, so I would like to start it fairly soon just because, well, I love Jurassic Park. And my thoughts is I will probably do maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna do, maybe a center start, or maybe start in her face just to kind of see what it looks like. The kids' faces are looking a little, so we'll see. Maybe I'll come over and see how those look. I'm not sure yet. So obviously I can't sit here and say, oh, this is an amazing pattern, because I do not know. But I thought I would give it a try because I love Jurassic Park. So those are all my virtual patterns. And this is my haul from the retreat. I bought two things. One of the first thing I bought was this cute little needle minder from Fine Frog. So Fine Frog was actually one of the guest designers for this retreat, which is awesome. So I got to meet her, and I love that because I love her patterns so much. If you've watched, you know that I finished a couple of her stitch alongs, and I'm trying to think, have I finished any of her other non-stitch alongs? I'm not sure, but I have a few of her patterns. And one of the other guest stitchers was the Stitch Crypt, which I have not stitched any of her patterns yet, but I did get this one. And I got a sneak peek at what one that she's going to be releasing soon, and it is so cute. So I will definitely be getting that one when she releases that. Also, very nice person. So I love that. Hey, Zoomy. So those were my two purchases. I didn't go too crazy there. The freebie table. So there was 90 some stitchers, and then a lady from my local stitching meetup that I go to, she brought in a couple bins full of stuff for the freebie table. So I don't know how much of this is from her, how much of this is from other people, but either way. So I got this one, the Gold Collection. It is Japanese Maiden. If you don't know, Dimensions did go out of business. So yeah, very sad. But I love this. It's so pretty. And then Titanic. I saw somebody else actually just stitching this, and I was like, that's fun. I love the movie. So I was like, I could see me stitching this at some point. This one I am super excited about. As a kid, Pocahontas was one of my favorite Disney princesses. Yes, I do realize that nowadays that there's a lot of, issues with that. I know a little bit more about the history. But as far as a cute kids movie goes, this is just pure nostalgia for me. So I had to grab this. And then because of the whole dimensions thing, I did go on eBay and I bought this one here, the Charm House, right? Victorian Charm. I have been eyeballing this pattern for years and have been wanting to get it for years. And so before it became too difficult and too expensive, I did go ahead and order this. I have tried very hard to find a non-dimensions project that I liked as much as I do this one, and I can't find one. So look at all the little black kitties. It's so cute. So had to get that. All right, then I got The Air by Terrence Noland. What is it? Pangea, One People, Many Ways. I'm not really sure. So it is this one here. I think maybe it's called, I'm not sure. But the merman may be stitched holding the merchild or an orb. And I thought this was really cool and unique. I feel like I've seen this before, but I'm not 100% sure. So I thought it was kind of cool. And then I got Bloody Mackenzie from Dirty Ann's. Bloody Mackenzie, come out if ye dare, draw this neck and lift the bar? A bar? No. I thought it was kind of fun. I love the primitive hair, and so I found the Miss Flora Fanny Flax. I love this. She's really cool. And then I found a Stony Creek Wildlife Wonders. I really like the orcas. That's my favorite probably on this, is the orcas. I do like the white tigers too. Penguins are cute. And then there's also the koalas, some deer, some elk, and then a hawk or falcon. Not totally sure which one that is. Because, you know, I needed more animal patterns. And then I just grabbed 2 magazines. I grabbed this one. I like her. I believe she's a Joan Elliott. Also, the Waterside Dream. I thought this one was kind of funny. Look at that toad. So I thought that one was great. And then I thought there was one more in here I really liked. Yeah, Exotic Lily by Joan Elliott. Because who doesn't love a good Joan Elliott here and there? And I thought there was one other one in here. Yeah, there was. There's a cute little otter. There's a cute little otter. And then I grabbed this one. And if you can't guess which one I grabbed this one for, it is the orangutans. Although apparently there's a whole book, Cross Stitch Jungle, and I think I need to find that book and get it. because how cute is that? I just want to stitch all animals, just all the animals. So if you haven't gathered, it's probably one of my favorite things to stitch. All right, I think that is like all my haul. I think that is everything. Life, not a lot is going on. We just started planting some seeds for we don't really have a garden. We don't have a good spot, especially with the dog, but I'm trying planter gardening this year. So I just have a bunch of pots out there with a few various starts. I think I got some tomatoes, peppers. My husband got a jalapeno plant. I got a small strawberry plant. I'm going to attempt carrots and green beans from seeds, so we'll see how that goes. And my cat is sitting here. This is Zoomy. He's the new guy. He's naughty. So this all started because my son came home with a radish plant. And so then I was like, well, I guess if we're going to do this, let's just do try planting a bunch of things. Oh, and I got broccoli. So we have a single radish plant, broccoli, tomato, bunch of tomato plants, a bunch of pepper plants, the jalapeno, and strawberries. And then I'm going to try carrots and green beans from seeds. So I'm almost done with that. So hopefully tonight I will get the rest of that planted. We were going to just take some dirt from this corner that we have that has some like really nice dirt. But as we started digging, we found little termites in there. So we had to throw all that back and I had to go buy some dirt. So that was fun. So the corner had like little wood, I don't know, like little wood dividers or whatever, because I'm guessing at some point somebody was using that as a garden. But all that rotted and now there's termites in that corner, so now we gotta treat that corner. And yeah, so not super excited about that. But excited to try the planting. I don't necessarily have a green thumb, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's kind of been about it. It's been pretty chill. It was nice just going to the retreat. Very excited for StitchCon next month, and hopefully just get a lot of stitching done this month. All right, I'm going to end it here because I'm almost to an hour. So thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, thank you, and I hope you have a great month. Bye.